নমস্কার, আপনারা দেখছেন ইন্দো বাংলা টাইমস বিজনেস। ছোট ক্ষুদ্র মাঝারি শিল্পের ব্যবসায়ীদের জন্য এবার সুখবর। অ্যাডামাস ইউনিভার্সিটি আর এসআর পাবলিশার্সের উদ্যোগে এক গোল টেবিল বৈঠক হলো। আর এই গোল টেবিল বৈঠকের মূল বিষয়বস্তু ছিল MSME অ্যান্ড ইনিশিয়েটিভ ফর ইজ অফ ডুইং বিজনেস। ভারত কোকিং কোল লিমিটেডও এর উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে ছিল। অর্থাৎ আলোচনার নাম শুনলেই আপনারা বুঝতে পারছেন যে আলোচনার বিষয়বস্তু কি ছিল। ক্ষুদ্র মাঝারি ছোট যে ব্যবসায়ীরা রয়েছেন সেই ব্যবসায়ীরা তাদের ব্যবসায় কি কি প্রতিকূলতা প্রতি মুহূর্তে সম্মুখীন হন, তাছাড়াও তার সমাধান কি হতে পারে, সরকার থেকে তার সমাধানের কি কি উপায় বলে দেওয়া হয়েছে বা কি কি প্রতিকার তার থাকতে পারে, এই যাবতীয় বিষয়বস্তু নিয়ে আলোচনা হয়েছিল এই আলোচনা সভায়। এখানে উপস্থিত ছিলেন বিভিন্ন বাণিজ্যিক প্রতিষ্ঠানের উচ্চ পদস্থ আধিকারিকরা, ব্যাংকাররা। এই আলোচনা সভায় কি আলোচনা হয়েছে শুনুন।
Thank you very much. I mentioned about the head of the department during my college days. He was actually teaching econometrics, which is full of more of mathematics than economic theories per se. So, over the 3 years of his teaching us econometrics, he never used the blackboard, because he used to think, and it was his firm belief that seeing is believing, but believing is not understanding, and understanding is much better than believing. So here also you have seen, or you have heard so much about what's happening on the ground. I am sure you are the people, you are the guys who actually operate on the ground, so you must be understanding things much better than we do. So I am sure you must be having some questions also. So if you have any questions to any of the panelists, please go ahead and shoot your questions. But first introduce yourself, then yeah, someone had read.
Very good evening, and I am Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee, and I head the incubation center at Adams University, so did the startup and entrepreneurship initiatives. So first of all, on behalf of my friends and colleagues from Adams University who happen to be the deans and directors, I thank you all for a wonderful session, which was a learning experience for us. I have a couple of questions. The first of that is, often we see that the words MSME and startups are mixed up, but there is a very fundamental difference where the startup need to have an innovation component, and whenever we talk about an innovation component, what is involved or what differentiates from the MSME is the risk. So I would like to know from the bankers especially, how much prepared are they in involving more amount of risk capital, because that may not happen for opening maybe a hotel chain which indefinitely would be able to generate more revenue and give a healthier return. But when it comes of a deep tech startup, when it comes of innovations, how ready they are to support that? My second question is, as the first speaker from the government of West Bengal has already pointed out, that there is literally a very big gap between the industry and academia, and I feel on behalf of my colleagues I would appreciate that same thing happens with us, because if we say that most of such sessions happen to be in hotels where we enjoy the delicacy of food, but rather we would really want how much preparedness the industry, the sectors have to go to the campus and inculcate these values to the students. And especially, I would say, first of all is the schemes, the understanding and knowing the scope. Because I understand that there is a lot of schemes available, but are the student, the beneficiary is aware of it. Because my little experience, definitely which is nominal or marginal in terms of the esteemed panelists, say that today most of the business or startups are done by people who are business oriented. Can we convert a normal minded person to create a business, or can we convert a researcher or an innovator do a business with the help of these schemes? I think then only whatever we aspire in the developed countries like Harvard and Stanford, why great companies come up, would only happen when these geniuses will convert into startup. And I firmly say that till date, most of this information are completely absent through the academic channel. So what is your views on that? Thank you very much.
Ask the question on the banker. Just to put a supplement to his question, as Rajendra Singh, you mentioned about this, the new business models which are coming up, which are basically, you just felt sort of mentioning the term asset-light model. So asset light model is the order of the day.
Yeah.
So with this asset light model comes the risk.
See, basically for startups, there are like, we have already established, even not only like startup cell have established recently in 2022 order. But before that also we have funded a startup, but the startup funding starts after once incubation, and then there's product line is there's some investment dose is there is separate lines for, but there we are funding a bit more and without collateral. Up to 10 crore we are going without collateral till now. This season cover was for up to 5 crore only we are giving 10 crore for the startups without collaterals also. And startups, there are investments are already there, but for their day-to-day needs, operational needs, we are funding on working capital. So there are 4 startup cells, and here it is a startup branches in Bangalore as well as in Mumbai and one more place. There are 3 startup branches and almost 5 startup cells in different cities are there. Here also in our Quebec Street branch have got a startup cell. Because this is about the number of proposals we are receiving, that accordingly we are. So there we facilitate in everything, not only that once it is startup is there on a business model, the registration to their taxation, to their accounting and their account handling, account opening, which account is suitable for them, their payment solution, their receipt solution, payment receiving solution also, they are all discussed and accordingly we. So we have got appetite of this. Even I have funded in Mumbai that if you might be knowing Wavecube.com and Smart Pedal, these are funded by us in Mumbai when I was in Mumbai. So we are very much keen to, but at the same time this is after some, there are some like after the product is on the market stays, then only we will be able to, and there is some investment dose is already there with the private equity and investment, because this is the way like bankers are not that normally startups are having different dreams there. So this is but at the same time, what I am saying here for MSMEs, we need to think of like this Adams University, you are from there, and we need somewhere investment in employees. This is something. Skill development, capacity building program, government is also saying this, and skills. I have visited China's different factories in China when I was in SK and different. So there the way of skill of a person who is just 12th grade, but a skill on machines, because this is needed somewhere in your business also, wherever manufacturing unit you are running, you need to upgrade it to compete in the world. If you don't, then you will not be sustainable. Sustainability is not about only environment, it is all about how you compete with the technologies, and how, if you bring the technology at your home, like in your factory, then how it will be handled by your employees. So we are lagging in this part. In the whole country, we are somewhere quite behind, because this earlier we were saying education is there. But education is only a skill is not there to handle with the technologies. This is very important point, where we as an entrepreneur also, wherever we are, if you are upgrading technology, you have to invest. So earlier was the days when we used to have 4 P's or 5. These are the jargons we used in management and marketing. Nowadays, what I say is 3 E's where everybody, every entrepreneur, MSME, you are today you are small, maybe tomorrow medium, and then large also. 3 E's. Employees is the first where you have to invest. Second is energy. Here it is energy, like we are still very much behind the India also, that West Bengal. We are not in solar power at all. So everybody has got different notions that solar power, net metering, but later on your product will not be sellable if it is not with the green energy. If you want, then you have to shift it. And then third is environment. If you are not taking care of your waste which are being created from the factories, has to be biologically disposed of, then only your product is competitive and making margins. So these 3 is, as an MSME, you need to start right now, because employment, so startup is the part, we are capable of taking risk of that, but this is something where I feel that we need to invest as well as everybody has to go, because otherwise this risk, especially in energy side or environment side, whenever there is a, like, it is all global events, everybody is imposing different things, tariffs on the environment or energy side, so we need to develop ourselves in that, and skill is needed, because we have got a lot of it. West Bengal, we have got a lot of things, like small artisan work, but now the things has to be changed. Machinery and technology has to be changed. That product can be scalable level we have. Like few days back I was talking about Kalimpong, there was some metal craft work. But all the units are dying because they are not able to compete with the cost as well as this. So there is new technology that has to be adopted everywhere. So wherever you are working, wherever field you are working, please start. Second question was what? Sorry.
Covered both. Yeah, sure.
One very relevant question, though you did not say so much of harsh words. You said that this kind of conferences are taking place in a luxury and comfort of 5-star hotels, where people's focus is more on food. आपने ये नहीं बोला ज़्यादातर लोग खाने के लिए आते हैं, and it should happen in the industry environment. I fully agree with you. But as far as I know, I have worked in various sectors, chemical, fertilizers, rail logistics, and like steel sector, health sector, and now this doing company. I don't think there is any restriction on students, visiting any industry, as long as it is not a security matter like defense industry or something. One very pertinent question when somebody asked me, if you do a 12th pass, you get a job of some clerk or maybe even below that. If you are a diploma holder, you become a supervisor. If you become a graduate engineer, you will become assistant engineer. So now this supervisor, it takes around 5 to 7 years for him to become assistant engineer, isn't it? So what is the difference? Education difference is only 2 years. Diploma takes 3 years, and that time degree used to take 5 years. So what is the difference? That if you take a degree, you are 7 years ahead of that person who does a diploma, and sometimes even more than that. So the answer was that that education is a shortcut to experience. Education. So similarly, if you do an MBA, you even go further up. The person who is not MBA, it will take more time him to reach to that level, what to directly reach. You become an engineer training. If you do engineering, you become an MBA training. If you do an MBA also. So education is a shortcut to experience, but it is not a shortcut to skills. Recently, you see, when the Pariksha Pe Charcha, a very, very important thing our Prime Minister has said, that education is important, but if you become a skilled person, it is indispensable. Skill can become indispensable, education is indispensable. And coming to your question, that why it should not happen in industry, it should happen definitely in the industry. This kind of seminars can be organized in industry. I think many industry will be open. My company will also be open to organize such kind of seminars. And I will tell you one example. Nowadays, many colleges are making it compulsory that students have to do one semester as a practical, course internship, and for that they will be given a grades. I have also some people have approached me and I arrange their internship at some places. So there, if they do at least minimum 3 months internship, 4 grades will be added and they will not have to give certain papers, theoretical papers. I think you can introduce this kind of system and many industry will be welcoming them. Because industry also want industry ready students who can straight away come to the job and perform.
So the another way could be, what you mentioned is training them or giving them some orientation before job. But once you take in new people, new joinees, there is also another thing you can train them after they join. Which one prefer, or do you have anything like that to train your new joinees?
I think all the companies are having, in any company their entries are of 3 levels. One is beginning level, where companies take graduate engineer trainees and management trainees. Second level is a lateral entry which could happen at any level, right from assistant manager to general manager. Third is a top level or PSU size, directors, etc. So if you take a beginning level entry, graduate engineer trainees and management trainees, I think many companies are having a well system in place. Like I can talk about my company. My company is having a complete training and orientation manual for the beginning level entrants. And that training is almost of a 1 year. Where initially after the 10 to 15 days orientation, for 6 months they are put on the job training, different departments. Any company has several departments starting from production planning to production to then quality control, engineering design. So they are put to all the departments for on the job training. Once they complete their on the job training, looking at their area of specialization, they are assigned certain project. After then they are given 80 to 90 days for completing that project and presentation. So this consumes around 8 to 9 months. So after 8 to 9 months, 3 months they are put on the job to see how they are performing after that. So that is a well documented training manual as far as my company is concerned, and I am sure many companies may be having even more elaborate than this. When you enter at a lateral level, then actually it is a different system at lateral level since people already come with some learning. So some of the training programs will be generic training programs which everybody will attend. Either it is on procurement systems or it is on the HR laws or finance for non-finance people. But their specific training needs are identified in their APAR. Every time when they are evaluating themselves, they have to mention that what training they feel that they need, and their evaluator also has to mention what training he needs. So based on that, they are given also specific training. I think this system exists in almost all.
Something I will add just about the training you were asking. In mining industry, we passed mining in 1990 from MSME Dhambad. 4 years course. In 4 years course, every year 42 days underground training in different mines of the country, whole India, or mineral mines. And after completion of the degree, when a management trainee in mines, then 2 years underground training, actual on-the-job training, it takes place. Then after, he comes in originally as the assistant manager. And another thing was telling that in this meeting or seminar in like this, इसकी जो मेंटल सेटिस्फेक्शन उस तरह के वातावरण में, अगर जिस वातावरण में हम सभी रहते हैं, इसके लिए इस तरह का पीस ऐसे जगह में मिलना, ये भी इसकी क्राइटेरिया रही होगी। इसीलिए ऑल ओवर कंट्री हम लोग देखते हैं कि ये एक अच्छे वातावरण में ज़िंदगी भर तो काम, हम लोगों ने भी जब नौकरी स्टार्ट की थी तो SCCL, आई हैव ज्वाइंड SCCL इन बिलासपुर कोरबा एरिया, बल्कि प्रोजेक्ट अराउंड fully mechanized underground mine. One side 10 kilometer, one side 10 kilometer, around 20 kilometers पैदल चलते थे। गम्बूट इतना बड़ा होता था, बैटरी लगी रहती थी, जो काला पत्थर और डिफरेंट पिक्चर्स एक रानीगंज में भी आपने देखा होगा। तो उस तरह के जॉब करके 7 years फिर NCL सिंगरौली आई ज्वाइन, अराउंड 15 years ड्रैग लाइन्स माइनिंग फील्ड से होंगे, 20 cubic meter सॉवेल, 240 टनी डंपर्स एंड देन इन CCL इन झारखंड नक्सल बेल्ट। तो यहाँ जितने भी रिस्पेक्टेड पैनलिस्ट हैं सब अपने अपने क्षेत्र में बहुत स्टार्टिंग से दे हैव वर्क लाइक एनीथिंग, देन दे आर हियर टू इम्पार्ट आवर नॉलेज और शेयरिंग आवर नॉलेज। तो ऐसे ही जगह में अगर आम जिन दिनों की तरह वैसे जगह में ट्रेनिंग और इस तरह के सेमिनार को रखा जाए तो थोड़ा सा बुद्धि का विकास और दिमाग भूलेगा नहीं। थैंक यू
सर। वो पॉइंट वो बोले थे कि हम लोग लेकर ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, जनरल ये 2 एग्जांपल मैं दूंगा। जैसे हम पहले MCL में थे तो आवर इनपुट इज आवर लैंड बिकॉज वी आर माइनिंग इन माइनिंग सेक्टर। तो लैंड अफेक्टेड पीपल जिससे हम लोग जैसे लैंड ले लिया तो उनको वो जो आदमी आएंगे हमारे पास एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेने के लिए, हो सकता है कि उनके पास प्रॉपर एजुकेशन ना हो। इसीलिए वो मैं पहले जिस कंपनी में काम करता था MCL में, वो क्या उनका एक प्रोविजन था कि जैसे ही ले लिया गया एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए, अगर ही इज नॉट ट्रेंड दे हैव टू ट्रेंड फर्स्ट। उसको हम लोग ITI या डिप्लोमा उसको ले करके इंस्टीट्यूशन के साथ हम लोग का कोलैबोरेशन कर करके उनको हम लोग पहले 2 साल भेजते थे विद स्टाइपेंड, आप पढ़ लीजिए, बी ट्रेंड, देन विल कम विल एम्प्लॉय। फिर वो एक हो जाता था। हियर BCCL में भी और एक अच्छा है कि जैसे प्रोजेक्ट अफेक्टेड पीपल को हम लोग ट्रेंड कर रहे हैं टेक्निकल बाहर ले करके, और दूसरे कंपनी आके उनको हायर कर रहे हैं। उसमें हम लोग बहुत सारे अभी लड़कों को बनारस भेज के करवाए थे, उसमें 80% एम्प्लॉयड हो गए। यहाँ वो कुछ प्रोजेक्ट अफेक्टेड लड़कियां थी, उनको हम लोग ने बाहर से ला करके फैशन डिजाइनिंग सिखवाए, तो उनका एक फैशन पैरेड भी करवाए, तो वो दे आर अर्निंग देयर ओन लाइवलीहुड। तो ये एक है कि हम लोग भी ट्रेंड कर रहे हैं, ऐसा बात नहीं। इंडस्ट्री इज ऑलवेज हियर टू हेल्प। एक पॉइंट साहब ने बोले थे कि नॉर्मल माइंड कैसे करेगा, आप कैसे आप ले जाएंगे उनको इसके लिए, स्टार्टअप के लिए। वो मेरा बोलना है कि जो स्टार्टअप करेगा उसका माइंड थोड़ा सा नॉर्मल से एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी होना है, क्योंकि स्टार्टअप के साथ इंक्यूबेशन जुड़ा हुआ है। एक वर्ड इंक्यूबेशन कैसे होगा, आइडिया का अगर इंक्यूबेट नहीं होगा तो फिर स्टार्टअप में कैसे जाएगा। हियर एकेडमिया का रोल आता है। आप नॉर्मल माइंड को आप ले जाइए स्टार्टअप माइंड में, फिर वहां इंडस्ट्री विल कम देयर, व्हाट दे विल प्रोड्यूस दे विल कंज्यूम दैट प्रोडक्ट। हियर अभी आप देखिए, अभी प्राइम मिनिस्टर का भी अभी भाषण आया हुआ था कि AI का लेवल पे अभी बहुत सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है। अब डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री, डिफरेंट फील्ड में AI का अभी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होने जा रहा है। तो इसीलिए उसको नॉर्मल माइंड को वहां तक ले जाना एकेडमिया का काम। अब वहां जा करके वो क्या बनाए, उसको जो फाइनेंस करेंगे वो तो बैंकर्स है, और प्रोडक्ट जो होगा उसको इंडस्ट्री कंज्यूम करेगा। ये है इंडस्ट्री एंड एकेडमिया का जो रिलेशन आप बोले, ये चलता रहेगा तो फिर देश आगे बढ़ेगा। थैंक यू।
I was just wanting to mention one thing, that हल्का सा हम लोग थोड़ा डाइवर्ट हुआ in the sense of industries are helping the employment, but maybe the context is different here. जो हम लोग सर हम लोग जो actually जो कर रहे हैं, because all the PhDs including Paul India and included also, तो हम लोग जो क्या करते हैं कि जो हमारा जो आसपास में लोग हैं उसमें कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज बनाने का हम उसको सपोर्ट करता है, ट्रेनिंग देता है, स्किल देता है। रांची से इधर उधर से यूनिवर्सिटी से बुला के उसको स्किल देता है कि कैसे आप एक मतलब खोले, प्रोप्राइटरशिप कैसे खोले, उसका क्या क्या रजिस्ट्रेशन करना होगा। देन वी आल्सो डू सम काइंड हेल्प देम इन मार्केटिंग एक्सेट्रा। So if you look at that way, that kind of a training that we do is more relevant perhaps in this context, because udhar we are actually trying to give them the venue for making up small MSMEs. Another question that you about the risk and between the MSME and the bank, in my opinion, actually there is no risk at all. The risk is there when big industries are there or even startups are there. But in case of MSME is actually only filling up a real gap. जो हमारे पास वेंडर नहीं है, मैं वेंडर बना रहा हूँ, कोई आके वेंडर बन के आ रहा है. I think in terms of MSME and bank, the risk is it's a no risk zone. So, but at the same time, what you said is that maybe for the country to progress, these startups are required, these kind of incubations are required. There maybe bank has to just put in the money even at the risk of losing it. That is a different plane altogether. I think you said you have got. This is not the kind of environment, but
investors are coming there. We
Yes.
are facilitating for running business. Banks are there with the
Yes.
startups running.
Yes. In fact, banks are losing money on corporates rather than on MSME. That's a real fact.
Banks are not losing money there also. We are recovering all the pain everywhere. In Kingfisher or anything.
So basically there has to be a method in your entrepreneurial madness. You are free to become an entrepreneur, but there has to be a method which we need to follow, which the industry on their part also give, and the banks also help you structuring things. I think the gentleman then. Yes.
Sir, who has got some question? Your mic? Where's the mic? So you have got some question?
Namaskar, very good evening. I am Newbie Technology Research Private Limited, 53 years of MSME, 5-time National Award winner, 3 times Quality Award from the Government of India I have received, and Mr. Datta will be happy. 4 times we have received a certificate of appreciation from the GST department. And I am giving you 3 points just to try to resolve this problem. It is the barrier of MSME. Number 1, it is a compliance problem. The compliance problem is this: when public undertaking purchasing any product, they are want certificate from the BIS or any other foreign certification. You see, this is the only swivel joint using in petrol pump. And petroleum department asking us, you submit ATEX certification. The ATEX certification cost is 8 to 9 lakhs plus GST plus test. It is a IS certified product is available here, but they want foreign certificate. This is the number 1 barrier. Number 2 barriers, in GEM, this is a very good platform, we are doing business in GEM. Sometimes they are floating tenders, giving the specification brand they are mentioning. Suppose we are manufacturing of this. Our brand is new, swivel joint. They are asking some 3 or 4 multinational company brand they are given in tender. How MSME proceed? Number 3, our product, electrical equipment, motor pump, everything, certified by the Government of India, highest authority PESO. This certificate we have, but when we are applying to mines department, they are asking for the test certificate for mines department. And we are very grateful to SBI. They are giving mentorship, doorstep service, seamless service. We are very happy to State Bank of India. Thanks, sir. So try to resolve this compliance problem, MSME के लिए, please. Thank you, sir.
Anyone would like to respond? How these barriers can be?
Mentioning a brand, I comes from the procurement background only. I don't think any PSUs generally mention any brands. That is not permitted to mention a brand for any procurement. I think other my colleagues will also agree. Mentioning a particular brand, because I am also coming from a medical industry, but you are talking about certification. Prior to this, I was in the health sector, and medical equipments were mostly imported, MRI, CT machines. I have handled a lot of procurement of these equipments, and we were asking for FDA certification, Europe certification. This all was subsequently restricted by the government that you cannot ask for FDA certification. And if you have to ask, then you have to take a specific permission that these equipments cannot be taken without FDA certification. So I am not denying what you are saying is not correct. It will be correct if you have gone through it. But as far as I know, it is discouraged. Mentioning a particular brand is discouraged.
Sir, I have the document, and that tender we have, number 1 point, they are mentioning the foreign brands. And government of India asking 100% Indian. We are the manufacturer of in Odisha. 100% component and design we are manufacturing here. And BIS standard hai. In spite of BIS standard, they are asking for foreign certification.
I am not saying what you are saying is incorrect. I am telling you that is why in the medical industry is the industry where most of the time foreign certification was asked.
I know,
but
sir.
Government gave a very strict section that they put the BIS on the job, that you come out with BIS standard.
Medical equipment certification, testing parameter in India are not available. That's why they are asking. But this certificate is available. Why they are asking?
It is discouraged, but if you are saying it must be correct.
All our decision maker, please resolve it.
एक पार्ट आप बोले थे कि आपके पास कुछ सर्टिफिकेट्स है, बट माइंस वाले कुछ माइंस का सर्टिफिकेट, डीजीएमएस का सर्टिफिकेट मांग रहे होंगे. ये दिस इज नॉट एज पर आवर सिस्टम, दिस इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. एक माइंस एक्ट है, वो डीजीएमएस एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वो क्रिएट किया हुआ है, क्योंकि माइंस इज अ वेरी हजार्डस जॉब. उसमें सेफ्टी इज फर्स्ट. वो सेफ्टी को देखने के लिए एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्पेशली क्रिएट किया गया है और उनको ऑथराइज किया गया है कि क्या आइटम माइंस में आप लगा सकते हैं. सम फ्यू आइटम सेफ्टी आइटम्स, जैसे नॉट ऑल सेफ्टी आइटम्स, जहां पर रहेगा अंडरग्राउंड में क्या लगेगा या फिर ओपन कास्ट में क्या लगेगा, क्या क्वालिटी होगा, उसका सर्टिफिकेशन उनसे लेना है. अब रिसेंटली तो देने ऑलरेडी स्ट्रीमलाइन, वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आईएसआई अगर आपके पास में है तो हम लोग उसको देने के लिए राजी हैं. बट हाउएवर ये हम लोग के लिए बाइंडिंग है कि जहां पर रिक्वायरमेंट है, बिकॉज वी आर डीलिंग विद माइंस और वी आर गवर्न्ड बाय दैट लॉ. वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमारे ऊपर ऑलवेज आके देखता रहता है कि क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग. तो वो सर्टिफिकेशन ये अगर वो बाइंडिंग कर दिए हैं तो हम उसको माइनस करके नहीं जा सकते.
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू फॉर योर एडवाइस.
उसमें रिपीटेशन डाली है इसका.
ठीक है, आई विल राइट टू गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डेफिनेटली. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir. I think others may also have some opinion.
Hello. Myself Yogan Kumar. I am representing Rashmi Lighting. We have the setup of lighting manufacturing, and we have set up all component manufacturing. And 75-year-old brand. This is my question for Coal India. They told for GEM portal, they are getting benefit, more customer. But my question is, the quantity is very less and very specific. They are using a branded lights and other components, and they are giving the quantities very less, 5, 6, and very specific. So this is difficult to manufacturing the same standard component. They got benefit, but MSME is not getting the same benefit.
What kind of lighting you are producing?
We are making all lightings,
All lightings. Then it is not correct that we are procuring 4 or 5. We are taking thousands. ये अभी एलईडी का अभी आ गया है, सर्कुलर तो आया हुआ है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का कि आप एलईडी अभी एलईडी में चले जाइए. तो हम लोग तो हर साल हजारों में खरीदते हैं. 180 वाट बोलिए, 110 वाट, 36 वाट से लेकर इवन 9 वाट से लेकर के ऊपर तक, जिसके हम लोग हाउसिंग लाइटिंग से लेकर के स्ट्रीट लाइट, माइन लाइटिंग के तरफ बहुत ज्यादा क्वांटिटी. आप शायद सर्च में थोड़ा कहीं छूट गया होगा, आप देखिएगा हर एक अदर ऑल सब्सिडरीज, नॉट बीसीसीएल, ऑल सब्सिडरीज आर फ्लोटिंग टेंडर्स विथ हंड्रेड्स. इवन अगर नहीं भी होगा कोई 1000 में, तो हंड्रेड्स में तो 600, 500, 700 में प्रोक्योरमेंट हो रहा है.
Recently, I have got information from GEM. 180 watts per floodlight, only 60p. How can we produce 180?
No, 180, that may be specific unit, a small unit. Say we are having a big company, we are having, say कि our company has 12 areas. Individual areas have 4 or 5 units. It may happen कि small units is procuring 60 lights या 70 lights. But अगर आप उसको करते रहिए तो फिर सभी टेंडर अगर सर्च करेंगे, it will come to hundreds.
Sir, I would like to bring in your mind that some specific ratings are there, but big brand making out of range. 180 watt is not a standard rating. If you go on market 100 watt, 150 watt, 200 watt, but 180 watt is middle watt.
No, I don't agree, sir, because we are procuring in several years. And participation जैसे मैंने बोला पहले ही, not less than 10, उससे भी ज़्यादा 25 तक भी चला जाता है participation. ऐसा नहीं है कि 180 में हम लोग को मिल नहीं रहा है. आपका उसका देखेंगे 180 of LED equivalent to say कि 250 या उसका जो रेंज है सोडियम वेपर का, उसके साथ वो हो रहा है 400, yes, और 110 का आपको 250 के साथ इसी तरह किया गया है. तो हम लोग पहले सोडियम वेपर का जो लेते थे 250 वाट 400 वाट उसके अगेंस्ट में उसको ले रहे हैं. ऐसा बात नहीं है कि एक दो मैन्युफैक्चरर हैं, उसमें मैन्युफैक्चरर बहुत हैं सर.
No sir, I am very clear. I will be bring and I have 30.
You are quoting a specific example.
Yes.
In all over in Coal India or BCCL.
One more example. One more example I have. 120 watt.
MSME is probably coming.
Yeah.
And bidders are in 20s, 30s, like that.
We have all facilities, electronics also. But some small quantity we can't produce same product.
That cannot be generalized.
Let us assume that both are correct, then it leads to the next part, that why is there communication gap? You should also understand how to go through this tender procedure, and you should also explain to them, right, what you did just now actually. But I am sure many of you will be having more questions.
Good evening. Myself Viresh Gilani, we are manufacturer of herbal products. My question is to the banking people, that as sir mentioned from SBI, that anybody can go to the portal and check their eligibility. We are having a CC facility from SBI also. So my question is that if my eligibility is there, I am getting that loan, but in spite of expanding my machinery setup, by utilizing the existing setup, if my present turnover is X and I want to go to the 3X, I have got that plan because we want to introduce more products. We are into offline market, we are into online market also. And the growth of online market, everybody knows, it's into multiple. So the bank is refusing against my plan that we cannot give. Presently we are having a hybrid loan. We are having a collateral of LIC and also some part covering CGTMS. So collateral securities is not a problem for me, but right now, depending on my turnover, I am getting a limited amount of loan, which I want more than 3 times of that, particularly as per my program. So if you can highlight something on that.
Once you have set up the plan, definitely वो प्लांट भी आपने कुछ टर्म लोन लिया होगा उस टाइम पर, आपने कुछ उसका डेटा दिया होगा, हाउ मच यू आर नीडिंग दैट प्लांट, देयर हाउ मच प्रोडक्शन यू आर गोइंग थ्रू. टर्म लोन लिया था उसके लिए आपने?
नहीं, टर्म लोन हमने लिया था, वो तो पहले ही
अभी जो प्लांट एक्सपेंड किया उसके लिए
हमने, आई वांट ओनली वर्किंग कैपिटल.
But plant expansion में आपके
no plant, because I want to utilize the total production capacity. Right now I am utilizing only 25%.
Okay.
To utilize my production capacity to the full extent, I want term loan. I don't want any term loan because I am not going to introduce any machineries. With the help of the same machineries,
okay,
I want to expand my business. I want to introduce more and more products.
Okay.
So I want absolute working capital.
Basically, there is like there are different. The moment you are saying doubling of any sale is not easy. So normally there are restrictions that if it is more than 100%, these are going to a different committee, and they are like normally questions whether this plan is going to, because the viability of, because once the money is provided and sometime with you can say that business exuberance may you get landed up in like you have sold it out, but at the same time that money has to come to your account also. So there we are we are also a type of like your speed breaker, where so many times people have sold it out, but now the money has become receivable and then bad also. So until there is no certain plan about how you are, not only because so many times you are selling it on different new buyers and they are not giving you back your money. So ultimately this money is the bank's money which has been. So we are restricting this somewhere 3 times. Normally we cannot play with the public money in that way. So if definitely it will be like stepwise level. Okay, maybe 100% will be possible. 100% growth. 100% we can double the, but 3 times is really
no. Security is not a problem for me.
See, this is not security. This is about. See, I am not going to sell off your security. I want that your business would grow in a disciplined manner. So many times, as an MSME also we get an order. We are elated that we have got the order, but whether we have checked that that person has the capacity to pay back to you. You have supplied them material, but after that it is not coming back. Normally all CCs which are in like NPAs are start with your material and ended up with your bad debts only. So there we are always restricting a bit. 3 times normally. This is normal growth is 25 to 30%. We can think of that. Okay, 100%. You have got the capacity. You have got the order. Seeing on your customer base, we may go up to 100%, but definitely not 3 times. 100%.
Definitely, sir. You are more experienced in this field than me. But as I mentioned earlier, we are into in the finance field.
Yeah, that's
what I meant to say.
Yeah.
What my question was, I already mentioned that we are into offline and we are into also in the marketplace.
Okay.
And the marketplace growth, you cannot consider it a 20 to 25%.
See, we can discuss the case. I think you have got some relation manager with you. Like
yeah.
Which branch?
SMECC.
SMECC. Okay.
NX building.
NX building. Okay. SMECC. We will find out that what is the limit there.
30 lakhs.
Okay. Fine, we will be assigning some relation manager. This is SMECC may not be able to handle that. They can handle up to 50 lakh only. We'll see that whether it is viable, then definitely we'll go for that.
Whom I should approach?
Which branch it is?
SMECC.
SMECC is the processing center. Your some branch.
NX building.
Okay.
NX building.
Okay. We will be getting in touch with you. Okay. My number, you can connect with my number. I'll share with my number.
Okay. Thank you.
First, I thank all the panelists for explaining all this and questions from many SME entrepreneurs here. I have a very specific question, not relating to any government organization or bank. I'm asking, I have some to ask Mr. Sajanji from Rashmi Group. Sir, we are very much associated with the organization. We are a SME organization and making a lot of machineries, that is import substitute or customized type. We are very happy with your organization, with the dealing with the payment terms and everything. But very recently I am facing a very big problem. I know it should not be speak out in this stage, but still I am asking you, because I am not getting any reply from your team. I am giving you a lot of mails because my product is lying ready for almost 1 year. They are not lifting. Only the plea is that your the area where the equipment is required, that area is facing some problem with the market. So we have decided to drop the project. Now, right now we cannot lift. although you have given a certain amount of advance to us also. But very unfortunate is none of your employees in purchase section or other things they are replying. So my request to you, sir, if you can kindly give me the way out. We are facing a lot of problems. More than ₹1 crore we have to be paid. Material is ready with us.
Sorry, I would like to take the question. If you can just highlight the department to me offline, I'll take that up.
This is a Ferrara division.
Sure, we'll just discuss this offline and we'll take it up. Please, this should not, as you said, this is not the norm and not the way we work. Maybe this is just an aberration and it's just not got highlighted at the right place at the right time.
Fine.
But we will take this seriously.
But I compared to raise this because I am facing for the last 1 year. So I took this opportunity so that it should go to them. My
Absolutely. Point well taken. Point well taken.
Please.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Anybody from the floor?
So I hope there are no other questions.
I don't think so. Any other questions?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a wonderful time that you spent on a lovely Saturday evening. Sorry? Oh. So there is another ritual which is left to be done, I think. So I think on behalf of the Adamas Group, Adamas University, Shurojitda would like to felicitate all the distinguished speakers here. Priyanka would come and felicitate Shurojitda.
for